That will answer my next question. When I saw the title of the book, and I saw From Quantum to Cosmos as a subtitle, obviously it's a book of science. There's a lot of science in this book, so you have a good read there. But immediately I thought, Quantum to Cosmos, there's Pascal. Blaise Pascal, the 17th century mathematician and philosopher, writer in France, inventor of a computer, and who said that we, human beings, were tied between, lost maybe, between the infiniment petit, the infinitely small, the quantum, and the infiniment grand, which was, of course, the universe, the cosmos itself. And I thought, we've got somebody here who's talking about philosophy. But I think that you're right, that there are all sorts of elements that are tied together here between the science and the philosophical dimensions of the questions being posed there. So it kind of leads me to my question, and that is, you've put together a book here as a scientist, but there's a lot of history of science in here. And you're not a writer, that's not your profession. You've kind of had to become a bit of a writer for this, and also become a historian of science. How has that impacted on your work as a scientist?
Well, I think finding this thread through history of the discovery of fundamental notions, and then their confirmation in nature, and then seeing how this understanding creates new technologies and changes society, that's kind of deepened my own sense that what we're doing is important. It's not just a mind game. This is about who we are. This is about humanity. And it seems to me very, very important. I mean, what drives this progress? What drives this understanding? It's just the human mind. The human mind is the most powerful piece of scientific apparatus we have. We all have one. And the world now has 7 billion human minds. And these are our greatest resource in tackling the future. It's very, very important that we provide the best possible education and the best possible opportunity to brilliant young people, so that one of them will be the next Einstein, or the next Dirac, or the next Maxwell, the next discoverer of the fundamental laws which will open the way to the future. And I think when you start to realize that this is of fundamental importance to society, not that we educate people for jobs, I'm sorry. Much of education has been about training. You train people to carry out certain prescribed mechanical tasks. That is, okay, that's maybe necessary for the functioning of society. But what I'm talking about is the future of the world. And the future of the world depends on us being able to encourage and enable the brilliant minds of the future, who could come from anywhere. Because as we well know, the history of physics is absolutely international. There is no telling who is going to make the next discovery. It could be somebody. Many of the great discoveries made by people from very humble backgrounds. Whether you're from Bangladesh or Australia, it makes no difference. You may have the next brilliant idea, and the world needs that idea. And I think when you start to think of education that way, you get away from mechanical notions of rote learning, passing exams, getting certificates, learning a trade, performing some predefined role towards an idea of discovery. We need discovery, and we need young people to want to make those discoveries. And so that leads into a whole other issue about how should we organize education.